Hey guys, it's Scoop Girl, and I am back with another video. I know it's probably been about 2 weeks since I did a video, and that's only because I had my computer being worked on due to, normal updates for Windows 10, which have been really annoying. I don't know how many of all you guys are going through all that, but it's annoying. Anyway, this is a jungle type home that I made. I'm hoping to do the cast video soon, sometime this week, for the Let's Play that I want to start working on. I want to really finish Gold Digger by mid-April is my goal, and then continue on with the jungle one, and I haven't done anything of the jungle pack, and I want to try it out. And I ended up building this one in Willows Creek. I did not build it in the actual jungle area, but you can put it in there. And I ended up using mainly a lot of cats and dogs, the jungle pack base game, and I did not really narrow the packs down. If you do want me to do a base game build, I can. I just have not done that yet. I did post this house on the gallery, unfurnished, and completely not done, and then I re-uploaded it again when it was finished. It should be on the gallery for you to use, and I haven't really decided what kind of family I want to live here. It is made for a small family, like parents and 2 kids, or a single mom or a single dad and 2 kids, or a newly wedded couple with no kids. And I think I have a couple in here right now. I tested it out basically to make sure it all played well, and I didn't test the beds that I put in here to begin with, and then I re-uploaded it with the new bed. So unfortunately, you'll have the kid room turn into like an adult teen room, depending on how you want to look at it. But I had a lot of fun with it. I haven't really done a build in a while, and I have been wanting to build more. And I found the house on Google, but I didn't really like the modernist type of it, the way it was made. So I went in and kind of made it more of a jungle vibe, and just kind of went with my own style on top of what the house looked like. I had originally thought of doing a foundation, and then I ended up not doing a foundation on it at all, just because in the photo that I was using, which I don't even have on here, because basically the house doesn't even look like the photo at all by the time I got done with it. So I didn't really want to post the video or the photo on there and have you guys like, oh, it doesn't look like the house at all. And I'm yeah, I just kind of went with my gut feeling when I started going on after I did the basic layout. And I almost wanted to do a 2-story house, and then I ended up making it a 1 level. I don't know why, I just did. But it gets all decked out, it's all fancy, and yeah, I mean, this house has everything. I think the only thing I did not add on the inside of the house was a bin, and I did not add in like animal food bowls on the inside of the house, but I did put them on the outside. So the animals are going to have to go outside and eat. I did not make any animals for the family that I had in the build to test out, so I want to say that everything will work well with the layout. You can let me know. Leave a comment in my Origin account, and my Origin is Scoop Girl, and I have been debating on changing it back to Scoop Girl and then Scoop Girl Simmer. Well, let me know in the comments down below if you want me to leave it as Scoop Girl Simmer or Scoop Girl. I'm kind of been debating that. I don't know. I mean, I love The Sims. I play it even when I'm not recording it. And I also have been doing more games on top of The Sims. So and I've been doing other things, like some vlogging. I haven't done any vlogging since the holiday because I've been super busy and haven't had a whole lot of time to do any of the vlogging. So I'm hoping to do a craft video soon, and maybe 2. I'm not sure yet. I have a plan. I'm going to be dog sitting for a friend in about a week or so at her house. I'll be over at her house for about a week, and I'm hoping to use possibly her kitchen while they are gone, so I can film. Maybe I'm hoping to do a live stream with my laptop, and I haven't really done my laptop in a while. With the game and everything, I haven't finished uploading any of the game or any of the stuff, but my Wi-Fi in my house is horrible. I mean, we even have a tower, okay? And even the tower does not help me in my area of the house, and I'm on the farthest side of the house that you can get to have internet. So I think that's another reason why I've been having so much trouble with live streaming, and I've only had maybe 2 really good live streams that had no drop frame rate, and I haven't figured out how to get the darn frame rate to work properly with my computer. Anyway, back to the build. Here we are working on the kitchen. I kind of went all over. I'm working on the kitchen, the family room, and a little bit of I think the patio as well. Trying to figure out what lightings I want to use, what colors I want to use. I ended up going with a lot of yellow, and then I kind of went with a green, like a green yellow, it looks like. In this lighting, it looks like green and yellow. But when it hits it the right way, I think it's more of a mustardy yellow color, which I liked it. I mean, it's not one that I would normally... I mean, our house is yellow, but it's more of a creamy, pale yellow, and this is like a jungle, jungle yellow. And I went with all the jungle appliances, other than some of the microwave, and and I was trying to figure out my layout here, and I'm not used to, I like working in small spaces, but I feel like I always need it a little bit bigger, and I don't really realize that until when I'm actually working on it, and then I realize, crap, I need more room. I don't have enough room, and I haven't done a 4x4 or 5x5 challenge like the Sim Supply, and I love watching his channel. I may try and do that just to make myself, do it. I've seen all these other wacky challenges lately on YouTube, and I don't know if I can do half of them, but they look like a lot of fun. I still want to live my sim for a day, and I haven't done that one only because I haven't had time. I live at home with my family, and when you have your parents, your sister, sometimes your husband and their 2 kids, it's really hard to really want to film anything. And I don't know how they are about filming or being in a video anyway, so I haven't really asked them yet if they want to be in a video. So therefore, there has been no video. Just to let you know. But I'm hoping in the future there will be. You probably have seen my nieces and nephews are pretty cool about it. They like being on camera. They like having the attention, so they might want to do it more often than the parents, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And I decided to take that trimming off of the side of the house. I did not think it fit well, and I was having a hard time with windows, and I don't know why. And I think I was trying to make it look exactly like the house I was looking at, and it had tall, wide windows that were 4x4, and we don't have any really tall 4x4, like the frame is outlined by 4x4, and we don't have those, and we don't have ones like mine in our house, so I couldn't do it. It was not working. And here I went with more, I didn't do a whole lot of color in this. I think I ended up adding more color in this room later on, kind of with the plants and all the extra little things I try to add in, and I'm trying to be better at making it look more cluttered, and me, myself, I like clutter, so I was trying to be more like myself in a way, in that manner, but I'm trying to declutter my lifestyle before I move out. So yeah, when you've been in a house for over 20 years, you gain a lot of stuff that you don't really need. And if you guys want me to do a video of that, I can. I just haven't done one in a while. I will be going through my posters. I have a big collection. So I may be giving some of them away. I don't know yet. So I might do a video on that. If you want one. Let me know in the comments down below if you want me to do a video on my stuff that I own. And that I might be getting rid of in the future. So I might even do a live stream on that if I can. I don't know. I'm still debating. But here we are working on the bathroom. I decided to go with blue. Blue's a good color. Anyway, I like blue. And we went with that. And then we tried to figure out lighting. And I wanted to have everything in there. Like laundry basket. I mean, we don't even have our laundry basket in the bathroom. We have it in the hallway. Down the hallway. Upstairs. So we don't even have one in our bathroom. We don't have room. But in this one, I wanted to do that. Oh, and we are having house repair. Yeah, just bearing that in mind. If you don't hear from me for a while, we are trying to get there's a leak in my ceiling and a leak in the family room kitchen area, and we were trying to get insurance on getting that repaired after my mom and dad were gone on vacation. We found out where the leak was. I don't know about mine in my room. But in general, I'll be decluttering anyway because of that reason, so they can get to that area of the room. And I may have to move my computer out of here while I do it, and that's gonna be hard for me because I love my computer. And shout out to my brother who is amazing at fixing computers, and he is like, if I don't know what I'm doing, I call him, and I'm like, yo, like, bro, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? What am I? And I let him know. I tell him what's going on. He may not be able to get over right away because he does work. He works at McDonald's. I work at Meijer, so we both do. He works at a restaurant. I do retail. So I can't believe I've been doing retail for 17 years. Has it been that long in retail? Really? Oh man. It's been a long time. And I mean, I like retail. I've done other retail jobs, but I've done actual retail for that long, and I can't believe I've been doing it for that long. I must be able to put up with a lot of different people at work. And we had a guy, they had somebody in here at our store on St. Patty's Day, and he was drunk, and he was with another guy. Okay, I guess they told me it was after 2 a.m. so after drinking hours. Our Michigan hour law for Michigan drinking is between 2 a.m. and 7:01. You cannot go out to a bar or buy anything, from what I know, because our Michigan state law at our store to sell alcohol is between 2 a.m. and 7:01 in the morning, so we cannot sell you any alcohol during that time. So, yeah, anyway, it was St. Patty's Day, and they decided they wanted to go out in the parking lot, and they wanted to try to break into cars, and try to break them in, and my night manager, was not having any of that. So they had to call the cops and take them in, and they said they had a really fun night with that one. I don't know how long it took to get them out of there, but yeah. I mean, I've had things happen on overnight too, so I could tell you a story. I could, in retail. You hear, it's like working at a Walmart. I mean, you hear and see things you don't want to hear and see, and back to the build, I'm rambling. Here I am working on the 2 bedrooms. One is a master bedroom, and one is a normal, like, I wanted to make it a kid's bedroom, and then again, I said earlier I wanted to change it into, like, a teen's room, but it could be turned back into a kid's room if you want. I have not tested the beds in that area, so I do not know if they will work for you. For them to get in, they might complain. I hope they don't complain. Turn their free will on. That would be better. And I went with some blues, greens, and I went with my other favorite color, purple. I don't really do a lot of pink. I'm not really a pink person, but I felt like the pink and the purple went well together. And for the other bedroom, I went with a lot of browns, yellows, blues, and greens, as I said before. I like the yellow. The yellow kind of contrasted the blue along with the brown, and I just really liked how they mesh well together, you know, and it kind of like went along with the kitchen a little bit. So I liked how I kind of, and I don't probably have this in order, mind you. Again, this kind of went all over the place. I don't really build one room at a time. I like to build many rooms at a time. So I'm sorry for that, but that is how I like to build. I like to multitask. Like right now I have a movie on one monitor and I have the game, my wondershare filmora thing running on the other one. And I just like I like to do a lot at one time, and I've always kind of been that way, so. Unless I'm really tired, which I have been the last few days. I wanted to get it done, and when I got home from work, I was like, I don't want to do anything other than sit down and watch a movie and relax, because I had to go in so freaking early. I think I went in at 7, 8? I don't know. I went in early on Friday, I went in early on Saturday, and I went in early today, and I go back in early tomorrow at 8:30. So, because my birthday is in 4 days. In 4 days, I will be 39. And it may not look like I'm going to be 39, but I am going to be 39 on the 29th. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet with my friends. I kind of want to see the Tomb Raider movie. And my brother and my nephew and I all have the same birthday. We're trying to work things out on what we want to do. Right now it's been kind of, and they've been busy, I've been busy, and we're trying to work it out. They're going on spring break, so we might wait. I think we're waiting until after they're done with spring break, and then I can do it with my brother and my nephew. My nephew turns 3, I turn 39, and my brother, he turns 36. So it's kind of like, I was born in 79, he was born in 81, and he was born in 2016. But all on the same day. I don't know how that happened. I didn't ask for it to happen. It just kind of happened. I had one birthday by myself. I don't remember it. I have photos of it, but I don't remember it. Yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on. I don't know. Have any of you guys seen Tomb Raider? Let me know in the comments. I kind of want to see that one. Or I want to see A Wrinkle in Time. I read the book back in high school or middle school. And it's been a long time since I've read the book. So, I don't know. Sorry for the long pause here. I don't know what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I think I realized what I was doing here. I was watching the movie. I just got the movie Jumanji, and I didn't get to finish it the other night. I'm kind of rewatching it right now. I have it on pause. But here again, I am working on the bedroom. And just trying to figure out what I want to do. I wanted it to be pretty, modern, but yet it could be for a girl or a guy or a couple or any kind of, thing, family friendly. that you want. I even added in a washer and dryer in this house, so you will need to have a laundry stuff pack or game pack. Is it stuff pack or game pack? I don't remember. I don't know. And I'm starting to work on the backyard as well as the finishing up the house. I did not add in a dining room table. I ended up putting that outside in the backyard, as you have seen earlier, or maybe I haven't added it in yet. I don't know. Or I did not film that part. And I think I forgot to paint that little wall strip back there where that heat light is, but sorry if I forgot to paint it. I tend to forget things sometimes when I'm distracted. If I get distracted, they don't get done. So, yeah. And here I'm just kind of figuring out what else to add. And I wanted to put in a good side table in there, and I could not find, and desk. I wanted a blue and yellow desk. That was the only one I could find. But I liked it, so I think that's from the Glamour stuff pack, or game pack. And I really like that game pack. It does have a lot of cool stuff in it. I did buy the other pet stuff pack. I wasn't very happy with it. I know a lot of people are not. I am one of them. So just to let you know and point that out, I am not happy with it, but I like it. I bought it. I'm not sure how much I'll use out of it, other than the decor. So here I'm adding in the pool, and I added the little deck area with the grill, bird feeder. I kind of went a little overboard with decorating this area, and I don't know why. I've been trying to get myself into doing more landscaping on the game, and I don't really do a lot of landscaping. I'm trying to push myself to do it more. And with a smaller house, it's a lot easier for me to do that. And I'm just trying to figure out what tile I want and what flowers and all that good stuff you want in your backyard. I did not add, I wish we had a like smaller swing set, or even like a one of those, what we have in our backyard. We have like a little toy like house thing that you, like a playhouse that my dad built when we moved here, and my nieces and nephews use it now. But it's a really cute little playhouse. I kind of wish we had more like playhouses in the game. I have built them in other homes that I made, but then I didn't really want the Sims to go out there and use that home. I wanted them to use the home for their actual house. So I took it out. And I really wanted to use this rose fence, and I hardly ever use it. And I thought it would be really nice the way it looks with jungle. And I missed that trim. Dang it, I missed the trim there. Oh well. Unless I add it in later. You guys can add it in later. It's very easy to do. I might have already added it in. I don't know. It is up on the gallery. Let me know if you download it and use it. I would love to see how you revamp it or redo it, or let me know in the comments down below. I would love to see how your family's in it and all that good stuff. And like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm hoping to do a video every week or every other week. Unfortunately, this month it had been 2 weeks since my last one, and that's pretty much the longest I have gone, unless I'm either really sick or had surgery, which I had back in December. And I think I went almost a whole month without doing any videos, so it really will depend on it, all of that, and family and stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And again, like, comment, and subscribe. I would love to have you part of my family. And I'm trying to find a really cool little, like, saying, so put a comment down below what you think I should have for my, intro, outro. I'm still figuring that out. I've been on YouTube since Smallville, and I let it sit for 10 years, so yeah, now I'm starting to use it after that long. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you all hopefully again in a week with the next part of Gold Digger. That'll probably be my next one. Hope you all have a lovely Easter. And bye-bye!